proud to sponsor the Midnight Madness program.
I feel so conflicted. There were hundreds of people out there yelling, Colin. My name's Colin Geddes. Hundreds of people out there yelling, Colin. I'm like, I'm here. But then they were also saying, Woody. I'm so conflicted. All right, I'm going to ask, how many Midnight Madness virgins do we have in the house? How many people, it's your first time for Oh, you guys are in for a treat, because if you don't know, every night here at the Ryerson during the film festival, we show some wild, crazy film from around the world. We show horror films, we show martial arts films, we show action films, we show wacky black comedies, and this one fit the bill to a T. Honestly, when I first saw it, we had a little bit of internal struggle, because some of the people here at the festival were like, oh no, this is a special presentation. I'm like, no. This is Midnight Madness, because I knew that you guys would get this film and show these amazing actors so much love. And you guys know that Midnight Madness, you guys are here for something wild, raucous, and fun, and 7 Psychopaths is definitely that. How many people saw In Bruges? Yeah. I had a great pleasure and honor to introduce to you the director of 7 Psychopaths, Martin McDonough.
Hi everybody, thanks for coming out. Thank you, Toronto. Thanks for coming out so late and so drunk. I hate doing this, I'm just going to introduce a wonderful bunch of people. First off, the producer of In Bruges in this film is the Graham David. Next up, the lovely Olga Korenko. Next up, Woody Harrelson. We got Christopher Walken here. We have Mr. Sam Rockwell. And a friend of mine from In Bruges, Colin Farrell. Thanks for welcoming everyone. It's been mad. I hope you enjoy the film.
Say hello to the audience.
You don't have to, man.
All right. Sorry, that was a bucket list for me. Christopher Walken, this cast. This is one of the most star-studded casts we've had for Midnight Madness, and this film is going to rock the house. Thank you so much for coming, and I believe we'll be back for some Q&A. Now this is a first in the 24-year history of Midnight Madness. A big thanks to CBS Films for presenting Bonnie to you guys. Thank you so much for letting us have 7 Psychopaths. Bonnie, what are you going to say?
Easy, Batty.
All right, I think we have a director here who's ready to meet you guys again. We have Martin McDonough, come on up.
Thanks guys, thanks for everything.
Yeah. Come on out, everyone. Let's just have her, come on, let's see. Open the door, let's see who is first. Bonnie can maybe sit. Can we bring Bonnie?
I'll sit up, buddy. Saddle for her.
All right, well, first off, I want to ask you, where did this come from? Psychopaths, I mean, how do you, I mean, and in the end, you did successfully make the film about love and peace.
So okay, I guess I had the short stories first, the serial killer, and the Quaker Psychopath story. So then I thought, what kind of a writer would write something like that, but then not want to put those kinds of things out in the world at the same time as putting those kinds of things out in the world. And then the idea of someone like trying to write something about love and peace and not being quite able to because of this crazy film. I think it all kind of snowballed.
So if any of you missed it, it's actually about love and peace.
Seriously. And when you were writing it, did you have a cast in mind?
No. I'm not going to be young, I think. No, well, it was written about 7 years ago, just after the script of Bruges, but before we actually made Bruges. So at the time of writing it, I didn't even think of being able to make one film, let alone two. But I got to, but strangely enough, I think I knew most of the cast a good bit before we made it. Obviously, I knew Colin. But Chris and Sam and I did a play in New York a couple of years ago, and Woody I've known for a few years too. And the ladies, we met in Oklahoma. I met up in London a couple of years ago too. So it's a perfect cast to do something crazy like this.
Was there anything you kind of stayed away from, or do you have kind of rules to kind of not go into?
No, obviously not. I didn't stay away from anything. But it was an attempt to strike some kind of balance between pure darkness and an attempt at something more decent. And it was hard to find a balance between the two, just as it was for Marty, I guess, in the film. But I hope it went.
Do we have any audience questions here? Yes, sir.
Yeah, the film is so good and so original, but I was wondering if there were any films that you were able to draw inspiration from that affected you.
Yeah, any films that I drew inspiration from. I loved Night of the Hunter, and it's probably almost too much of a reference in this, but that's one of the best psychos ever, I think, mentioned. I love Peckinpah stuff. And Malick stuff. So I always saw the film as some kind of war between the love child of Peckinpah and Malick. Peckinpah win. No, not necessarily. But Peckinpah always had kind of gentleness amongst the horror, I think. And I guess that's what we were going for too. Gentleness amongst the horror.
What else do we have here? Shy. Yes. Was that Crispin Glover? In the courtroom scene?
No.
Yes.
There's possibly a saying that Freud said that the Irish taught me help with psychoanalysis. So I'm wondering, with all your writing stage and film, are you getting therapy?
Are you getting therapy?
This is it. No, that was another no question.
Yes, on the side.
We had a full script, but there were places, especially I guess around the campfire sequence, that was improv. Sam, isn't that right?
Not very much so. Pretty much pretty on the page. Pretty on the page. Pretty on the stage. Pretty. It's all, it's pretty much there.
Fucking boring humans, get me out of here.
Yes.
Sam, an amazing performance in this movie. Is there, what do you use as an inspiration for the role of this course that you just let loose and just go crazy?
I just let loose and went crazy.
No,
There's a few, Mean Streets, something Martin mentioned. It's one of the things we look at.
Anything in the balcony? Yes, yell it out.
What got left out of the picture? I mean, there seems to, it's a great script. I'm just wondering, did anything get left out, or do you have any crazy stories about why, or one crazy story?
Colin?
Security row JC2. I'm only messing, darling. I went to theatre school for 2 years and I wish I could throw my voice like that. Mighty impressive. Crazy stories? No, I can't remember any crazy stories. I'm brutal at that. I can feel my sphincter tighten under the pressure right now. Granola bars. A lot of granola bars. No, it was a lot less chaotic in shooting it than it was in kind of view. I saw it the first time tonight, and the film has a certain kind of chaotic nature to it and a certain violence to it, and that was completely juxtaposed with what the experience of it was, which was really peaceful and a lot of fun. Obviously, there's a lot of laughter in the film. There's a lot of laughter offset, and that's kind of probably boring to say, but it was really, really an easy shoot. And it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so that was an interesting story. Alright, what did you say?
There was an early funeral scene between Olga and Woody's character when Woody first gets the news. At the funeral of the two guys from the beginning, there was more stuff with Abby and Colin that delved into the relationship of breakup and the alcoholism and all that boring girly stuff that just had to get left behind. And there was an awful lot more of the desert. There was probably about 20 minutes more of lazing around in the desert and talking about French films. But it was just more of the same shit, really.
Christopher, I just want to ask you, with your career and the films that you've been in, this is such kind of a twist on a lot of the imagery that we've seen in your films with violence, and this is kind of a really nice kind of summation of, I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but it's very poetic, and you bring so much to the story with your performance.
Getting to those parts now, uncles and granddads.
Yes, sir.
Is there any more peyote?
Chris? I just actually like to say thank you to a couple of people who are in the audience. Lisa Gunning, the editor. I think Steve Campanelli might be here, the lead cameraman, and Carter Bell, who did the fantastic score.
Two more questions. Let's have really good ones. Yes, sir.
I was wondering about Sam Rockwell's hat in the movie. Is that
Oh.
aside in the script, or do you just...
No, we went on a road trip right before the movie. Martin, Colin, and I. Colin picked it out at a gas station. And he gave me that and some Cheetos and some chocolate milk. He says, have these together, put the hat on my head. And that was it, and the hat was in the movie.
And I said, I want to know why the choice of, in your apartment, all the Cupid dolls and the baby heads?
Martin, Sam. We actually filmed in Sam's apartment and saved a lot of money.
All right, come on, let's see. Who else has got a closing question? Yes.
I want to know if Christopher Walken and Tom Waits hung out and who does better impressions.
No, I hardly saw Tom, and I was sorry about that. I didn't really work with him.
All right, one more. Yes, inside. The white.
I had to ask Martin, when you were writing the movie, did a psychopath actually ask you
Say the thing about what?
About Maggie, when you talked to Zachariah and he asked you to say what he said about Maggie, did you actually do that?
Oh, no, that was one of the made-up bits.
Blurring the line here very much. Okay, and okay.
This didn't actually happen.
Very strong arm there with, yes. Yes?
I just wanted to say thank you that you did me the Russian on
You're welcome, anytime.
All right, let's hear it for 7